reaksi awal pengkritik online. Tapi non-spoiler ya guys. Pada hari Isnin lepas, Malaysian time, there was a red carpet premiere untuk Eternals. Dan kita sekarang akan cover reaksi awal pengkritik online. Tapi non-spoiler ya guys. So kita akan mulakan dengan reaksi-reaksi yang positif dulu. Kita ada 11 reaksi positif daripada most of the big websites. Pertama sekali adalah daripada Fandango, iaitu Eric Davis, editor Fandango, mengatakan Marvel's Eternals is spectacularly weird and rich with a new MCU mythology that makes it feel separate from everything else. It's honestly refreshing. There's a bittersweetness to the film that you feel in its sunset shots. A definite Chloe Zhao touch. It is soulful and thoughtful. Kemudian kita ada macai MCU, iaitu Brandon Davis daripada comicbook.com. Dia ni selalu cakap positif je. Filem Black Widow itu pun dia cakap positif. Dia kata Eternals is a whole lot of movie. It is shot with a massive scope, looking visually different and more intimate than anything else Marvel. It has laughs, great surprises, and heart to go with the gigantic, crowded story it unpacks. Chloe Zhao has a really unique visual stamp. Dan ketiga daripada Variety, Eternals is amazing. Chloe Zhao and company turns in an evocative, emotional, extraordinarily epic superhero film. The ensemble have great chemistry and all get big movie moments to showcase their prowess. The naturalism of Ben Davis's cinematography spotlights characters' humanity. Dan yang seterusnya, nanti sekejap ya, lambang 18 SG tu kacau. Eternals is dense and I feel the weight of exposition often. Movies at its best when the focus is on the Eternals recreating their family, and the humor of it and the passion when they fight for each other and the things they love. Also, Angelina Jolie in the MCU is everything. So based on 4 komen pertama ni, apakah pendapat korang? I hear polite way of saying filem ni banyak plot, you know, evokatif, tapi perlu bila fokus kat Eternals dia baru best. So adakah ini satu masalah? Because I think this is the first MCU film ya. It starts at the beginning of time all the way to 2024. So Faris, apa pendapat kau?
I think it's also a polite way to say that film ni slow juga lah. You know? Okay. Because kalau kau tengok, because I also have read all, dia cakap line dari yang lain. I mean, kalau if you know Marvel films, satu shot 10 second, 3 second, so they are very quick. So mungkin this one is more dramatic, which is lain pada Marvel punya other films, more heavy drama lah. But correct lah, like you say, it's about, it starts from the beginning of time and end of time, and especially Chloe Zhao doesn't have an action background, she has a dramatic background. So, yeah lah. But also, kalau heavy drama, tak seperti ni tak bagus. I mean, Dune, heavy drama, So, this could be something refreshing lah, in a sense where MCU is more, part of the rest of cinema yang bukan superhero, rather than just being a superhero movie. I hope it's that lah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Aku akan bacakan beberapa komen lagi sebelum aku bertanya kepada Wan pula. Seterusnya daripada thehollywoodreporter.com. Eternals, wow, a lot to unpack. If Marvel movies are a Venn diagram, variations within that overlap. This movie is off the charts. Hands down, the most different story of any of their films. Kemudian lagi satu editor daripada THR pula mengatakan, Eternals is perhaps the most ambitious Marvel movie ever made. But the highest compliment I can pay it is that it's not a Marvel movie. It's a Chloe Zhao movie. Macam polite gila tadi kan. Seterusnya Steve Weintraub, iaitu Frosty daripada Collider, mengatakan, my favorite part of Marvel movies is how they consistently manage to find new ways to tell their stories. Eternals is beautifully shot and looks very different than previous MCU films. Story surprised me with some of the twists and turns. The 2 after credit scenes are lit. Oh, by the way guys, sila jangan share any spoilers daripada babak post credit dalam komen, unless korang nak kena block, macam Danish Kimi yang dah kena block selama 5 minit ya. Seterusnya, BuzzFeed mengatakan, with the sweeping visuals by Chloe Zhao and an ensemble filled with actors that feel destined for the MCU, Eternals is unlike any other Marvel movie. So many great twists and the chemistry of the cast really makes this movie want to watch. So, apakah reaksi satu ayat anda ataupun pendapat kau? Silakan, Wan.
Pada pendapat aku dapat rasakan I would love to see how Martin Scorsese view this film. Only this particular film about Marvel movie. Itu satu reaksi aku. Second, aku dapat rasakan is kind of polite way, yang betul apa yang cakap semua, nak cakap yang cerita ni actually maybe a bit slow. It's not like fast pacing like other Marvel movie. And also aku tertarik sebenarnya, banyak komen diorang tu, aku tertarik dengan apa yang Fonty HR yang first tu cakap tau. Dia kata macam Venn diagram. That one I think is really dramatic, yang plot dia macam berkecamuk, tetapi kau kena, kalau kau tengok betul-betul cerita tu, kau buka perhatian, kau tahu dia cerita pasal apa. So I think in teori Brazil aku bila cakap pasal Venn diagram, so maksudnya each of the Eternals ada cerita dia sendiri. Mungkin ada subplot dia letak dalam tu. Because kau kena tahu Angelina Jolie dia ada kaitan dengan orang ni sebab dia dah berpisah lama kan. So each of them must have their own backstory bila dah berpisah lama. Dan bila bertemu balik barulah ada clashing atau apalah. I think I like that kind of story more, sebab kalau kau tengok MCU macam ada backstory, tapi backstory dia buat oleh individualistic punya filem, lepas tu bergabung tau. We need to watch the previous film in order to know about Thor, in order to know about Iron Man, apa motivation dia semua. Tapi bila kau letak semua Eternal, kas-kas besar dalam ni, so they need to do it in short period of time, maybe 2 hours atau 3 hours tak silap aku, Eternal kan. So that's why there's a lot of Venn diagram dalam tu, kau nak letak, okay, this Rob Stark punya karakter kan, apa jadi macam ni. So I would love to see it, how they interpret lah. Tapi so far aku nampak macam positif je. You didn't show the negative review yet, right? So bagi
negative
aku
review selepas ni.
Okay. Bagi pendapat aku, so far aku tengok, aku dapat tahu yang benda ni lain pada lain, dan tapi aku looking forward to it, because bila cakap lain pada Marvel movie, I want to know if Marvel can make Martin Scorsese sini kita boleh buat juga tau. And I would love to Martin Scorsese to give comment on Eternals. Tolonglah. Jangan tunggu buat filem baru kau nak komen.
Actually, aku nak Denis Villeneuve. Pasal kan dia cakap, filem-filem MCU adalah sampah. Lepas tu Chloe Zhao cakap, tapi aku pitch dekat Marvel Studios guna filem-filem Denis Villeneuve.
Aku sama lah. Denis Villeneuve cakap, Eternal. Patut rasa Chloe Zhao, aku pada seek our cut tau kalau kau nak tahu. Okay lah, gurau je. But
pandai
aku
kecilkan skrip.
Aduh, itu agak kesian lah David Villeneuve. Kena, itu tapi aku guna kau punya kan.
Terus tak jawab. Okay, so seterusnya kita tengok the last 3 positive comments. So IndieWire.com mengatakan, the Eternals normally bored by Marvel movies. I was engaged from beginning to end. Good, not great. Overall, it's more soulful. These heroes fuck and love and live. There's a sense of discovery and stakes, big emotions that teeters on young adult like series. It's a genuine swing for the fences. Kemudian Dan Casey daripada Nerdist mengatakan, Eternals is one of Marvel's most ambitious films. Epic in scope, lavishly shot, and totally unapologetic about how much lore it dumps on you. Terrific cast, great direction, and delightfully comic booky. Definitely not for everyone, but these are Jack Kirby's space gods done right. Dan seterusnya daripada Outlaw Nation, Eternals is stunningly gorgeous movie that further cements Chloe Zhao as a visually enthralling filmmaker. But there's a coldness or distance here with a lack of organic chemistry between these characters as a team that left me unmoved by it all. Alright, so the last 3 ni dah mula menunjukkan macam it's a cold movie lah, dia banyak lore lah, it's a Chloe Zhao film lah. So, Faris, apa yang kau boleh interpret daripada all these polite tweets?
The more you tell me about those reviews, the more I'm convinced it's a slow drama lah. It's a slow drama that builds up mungkin lambat sikit, lambat, all the action builds up lambat sikit, but they have a lot to tell lah. It's maybe a slow burn movie, macam Denis Villeneuve movie, but based on the comments, I'm more convinced that it's a slow drama, very introductory, very origin. That means, you know, the action datang lambat lah. You know? But
Maybe the
that's
first
normal.
1 hour tu is just like lore, fakta,
I mean,
you know.
to me it's normal lah. Kalau origin story, kalau kau tengok filem Superman the 1978, Superman only appear like minit ke 57, 59 ke apa, tu satu.
Wow. Okay.
Itu lama. Kalau a recent example is Sam Raimi punya Spider-Man lah, Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man tu mana appear awal-awal, dia orang appear like minit ke 58 ke 50 apa 59,
But
you know.
I think one of my favorite things daripada Sam Raimi Spider-Man was they spend time tunjuk Peter Parker nak belajar. Dia nak buat web tu pun dia macam Shazam. Dia macam nak belajar, macam nak buat dia.
So maybe with the world yang tu apa ni, everything kena action pack ke apa semua, dia orang mungkin give that kind of reaction lah, you know. But I think it's a slow drama lah. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, Wan, ada apa-apa komen sebelum aku mula bacakan the negative reaction?
Komen yang last kali tu, unmoved by all tu agak baca ada efek kan. Sebab aku expect chemistry okay. Tapi dia kata chemistry tu macam banyak sangat apa semua, rasa macam ada red flag sikit lah. So I would love to see apa sebenarnya dia view macam mana. So yang last tu macam terlampau jujur sikit lah. But me unmoved by all.
John Roca tu.
Outlaw.
Dia seorang podcaster. Lepas tu aku rasa dia nak viral. So dia buatlah komen.
Okay. So mak tu kita bagi apa, ambil angin je lah. Tengok okay lah kalau betul-betul lah. Okay, jom negatifnya pula.
Alright, sekarang ada 4 negative comments daripada red carpet premiere of Eternals. So aku akan bacakan sekarang. Pertama daripada Forbes, Mamat Forbes ni, Steve Mendelsohn ni, dia suka cerita tentang box office. So angle dia selalu from the point of view of finance. Eternals flirts with being just a superhero movie, but barely gets by on scale. A few affable actors and some eventual intrigue. At its best, it almost plays like Marvel playing in the DCEU sandbox, but coasting on comparatively generic superhero archetypes. Kemudian Peter Skireta, editor daripada Slash Film, mengatakan Eternals is surprising, epic, beautiful yet dense. It takes some big swings, sometimes feel like a DC film, not a criticism. Other times feels like no other superhero movie ever. I wish I had a glowing, quick reaction to offer you, but I'm left with more complex thoughts. Kemudian Next Best Pictures mengatakan, aside from a few dazzling moments and a wonderfully diverse cast, Eternals disappointed me. The story is an expository, convoluted mess as it jumps through time and multiple continents with an uneven tone. Ramin Djawadi's score soars, but Chloe Zhao's distinctive style is sadly absent. Dan terakhir sekali, We Live Entertainment mengatakan Eternals is Marvel's versions of Zack Snyder's Justice League, a film that builds upon a cast of unknown characters and does so with great success. Chloe Zhao's direction is superb, easily one of the best looking Marvel films of all time. Insane post-credit scenes too. Wow. So DCEU, Chloe Zhao making a DCU film, Zack Snyder disappointed me. Apakah pendapat anda tentang komen-komen yang negatif ini? Silakan.
Dia dah bawa masuk Zack Snyder DCU punya apa Justice League. Lagilah aku convince yang is a slow drama. Eternals is a slow drama.
Maybe macam Zack Snyder punya yang 6 part 4-hour film tu.
Harap tak macam tu lah, because you guys have to drama yang slow macam mana pun, you know, if it's told well, you have the right shots, you have the right acting apa semua, you won't feel slow. Some people will feel slow, you know, but they take out the negative lah. But based on those tweets, I'm convinced it's a slow drama, it's a drama slow burn. Lagi-lagi dia cakap expository, you explain a lot. Of course they need to explain a lot. It's the first time we're seeing Eternals.
Yeah,
by convince it's drama, ya.
Aku rasa jam pertama macam kau tengok Dune lah. Macam apa terjadi ni? Apa pasal orang-orang yang tak ada kuasa ni cuba cari isyarat? Wan, apakah pendapat kau tentang negative comments ni? DCEU, Zack Snyder?
Okey, saya akan cakap benda baik. Sabar. Tak apa. Bagi pendapat aku lah, bila dia cakap macam Zack Snyder Justice League, macam dah agak red flag jugalah. Tapi bagi pendapat aku, I enjoy Zack Snyder's Justice League yang betul-betul dia buat, bukan Joss Whedon buat. Cuma it's not a Marvel movie. I don't know either it can fit around the narrative of all Marvel movie punya vibe. But we must know that Eternal is set to be before, pasal dia before start untuk cerita dia kan, dia baru datang. Tapi cuma lepas tu dia datang dekat bumi balik. I mean dia buatkan appearance after Endgame, Avengers Endgame kan. So I think a lot of exposition bagi aku itu pun agak red flag. Tetapi macam apa Firiz cakap, kalau you know how to sew it, how to make it harmonize with all your film, kau takkan rasa lambat. Macam bagi pendapat aku, Dune, aku suka. Aku tak ngantuk because I want to know more. So I have a feeling maybe vibe dia memang macam slow, tetapi aku akan nak tahu beli kenapa apa Athena macam ni, kenapa macam ni, kena macam ni. The curiosity make me wake up nak tahu tau. Is maybe jangan jadi macam Blade Runner 2049, tolong. Kalau macam tu yang tu aku bodoh lah cerita ni. But I have a feeling dia macam Dune, which is I'm gonna enjoy lah. But I need to see on how that guy interpret Zack Snyder Justice League. Because Zack Snyder Justice League aku enjoy kan walaupun lama. Walaupun agak red flag lah, macam kenapa orang mereka cakap DCU pula.
Maksudnya kau kena gali Scott Menzel punya tweet lah. Kalau kau nak tengok apa pendapat dia tentang Zack Snyder's Justice League. Scott Menzel di Twitter. Yeah.
Okay, so aku kena ni lah. Aku takut dia terbat salah cakap Joss Whedon punya pula. Tu memang aku marah lah. Kau ni.
Jangan
But it's good. Sebab bagi pendapat aku, if Marvel go this way, maksudnya memang lain sikit lah. Dia nak broke the trope. Yang Marvel movie is a roller coaster. Sometimes it's also cinematic. Dia boleh buat cinematic juga. Yes. So I would love to, looking forward to show this. Tapi satu lagi aku rasa the two post credit scene yang mungkin akan menyebabkan orang yang tak suka benda slow ni akan suka. Because the Marvel punya connectivity tu, dia nak tahu lepas ni gimana.
Tolong jangan letak spoilers dalam
tolong komen. Aku masih suci tak tengok lagi Nick dengan Ferry. Aku
tak nak spoil dekat Facebook. Ferry pun nak kena spoil. So please let people enjoy in the cinema themselves. I mean,
alright. Okay, itu je.
Alright, so kita ada apa-apa lagi korang nak tambah sebelum aku bacakan tentang komen-komen penonton?
I think boleh lah. For me okay lah.
Okay. Alright, so komen pertama 1245 adalah daripada Bounce. Dia bertanya, adakah kita orang dapat screening awal? Aku tengah menanti ni. I got the invite untuk A Quiet Place 2 yang dah keluar berbulan lepas daripada UIP. I have to turn it down. But I'm looking forward to Eternals invite. Hopefully it should be coming out next week. Untuk press screening ya.
Kalau aku nak tambah, I think press screening kalau kita dapat takkan ada post credit tau. Kita akan tunjuk. Sebab if not mistaken
akan ada. Sebab dekat sangat dengan release day. They will show pun.
Betul lah.
Yeah, most likely kita akan dapat tengok it on the day of release itself, November 4. Because Disney Malaysia suka buat hanap macam tu. Kalau selalunya it's a week before, tapi bila ada kontroversi, diorang akan takut yang orang-orang Malaysia reviewers lagi tak pandai jaga spoiler. So they will release it on the morning. That's the press screening yang kita dapat tengok. Just on the same day that korang dapat tengok juga.
Jangan kritik sangat bro. Sebelah aku ni kot. Pandang kau.
Hai Disney Malaysia. Okay, anyway. Mofah bertanya, apa pendapat Baspop pasal jalan cerita Eternals ni jika ada baca spoilers? Bagi pendapat saya macam tak best sebab lain daripada komik. Kita orang tak baca spoilers kalau kita orang boleh avoid. So aku tak tahu macam nak jawab. Seterusnya Lucy Ons mengatakan ahli Eternals ni ada banyak lagi ke selain 10 tu? Yes, basically they are a whole species and ada in the comics ada yang di planet Titan dan ada di bumi. Tapi supposedly versi filem ni diorang semua tak tinggal di bumi, diorang come from another planet. So maybe diorang retcon untuk versi MCU jadi lain sikit. I hope we get to see the rest of the puak-puak Eternals, especially yang dekat Titan berkaitan dengan Thanos punya lineage dan the one yang dekat bumi. So I don't know, kalau dia dah tukar dia orang semua daripada satu planet, is it going to be Titan? I'm looking forward to it. Seterusnya Iqbali bertanya, bilakah Eternals keluar di Malaysia? 4 harian November 2021. So nantikan. Seterusnya Lucidance bertanya, mutants dengan Inhumans banyak beza kan? Apa bezanya tu? Okay, so the gene X, the X gene of mutants telah disulamkan ke dalam DNA manusia apabila the Celestials datang ke bumi dan membuatkan 3 different species, iaitu Eternals, Deviants dan juga humans. So dalam humans tu was already embedded the X gene. It only took thousands of years untuk the first mutant datang, iaitu Ensabahno Apocalypse pada zaman Ancient Egypt. Seterusnya, so Inhumans pula adalah experimentation oleh puak alien Kree kepada manusia. So basically manusia, Earth ni kira macam test tube lah. Celestials datang, kau pergi buat Deviants dengan Eternals and Humans, and then lepas tu Kree pula datang, kau pergi buat Inhumans. So Inhumans pula adalah sejenis macam mutation juga kepada manusia, but they are based in the dark side of the moon. So hopefully one of these days kita akan dapat siri Inhumans daripada Kevin 5G yang awesome. Sekiranya anda enjoy menonton video ini, jangan lupa untuk like, share dan subscribe kepada Buzzpop TV untuk lebih banyak video-video yang berkaitan dengan pop culture daripada komik, TV, filem, mainan dan juga banyak lagi. Majulah fandom untuk negara.